What is up, guys? Zan from Playbook.gg here with AntCap, and in today's video we're going to start a Madden 20 wishlist series, and we're going to kick it off with a bang. Something that absolutely needs to go from Madden 19 heading into Madden 20. Before we dive into this video, make sure to subscribe to the channel and hit that notification bell so that you don't miss any of the great tutorials that we've got headed your way here on the Playbook.gg YouTube channel. Okay guys, so welcome back. Now in this video, we're going to talk about a feature that is something that AntCap and I run to all the time when we are creating content on Playbook.gg. AntCap, what's going on, man?
Doing well, thank you, Zan. Real excited about this series. It's something that we wanted to kind of bring to you guys as just an awareness of things that we'd like to see change for Madden 20. You know, some things that are just features in the game that people may not know of already, or maybe they do, but we just want to make sure that we kind of get some eyes and ears behind some things that we want to see improve for next year.
Okay, so we've actually got both feeds here, offense and defense, that we're going to show. I'm going to show you my player right now. I'm just sending a simple four-man rush. AntCap, who is the auto ID the mic on right now?
Right now it's on the linebacker on the left side of the middle two.
Okay, now when I do this, does it change?
It does. It goes to the cornerback on the left.
Okay, so what I want to hammer home, if we could go ahead and potentially replay that, or we'll go ahead and do another rep of it here. I want you guys to watch that back. All I did, I had a pre-snap look where the ID the mic was on one player, and then I made a quick adjustment, and the game automatically shifted the ID the mic to that player. Now, why do we think that this is wrong with the game, AntCap?
Well, for two reasons. It's basically giving the offense an advantage that they should not have. We have tools in the game to ID players. If you don't ID anybody, they're going to auto ID for you depending on the adjustments. Right now, if you look at my screen, it's going back and forth from the middle linebacker to the cornerback depending on an adjustment that Zan does. If I know that the player's blitzing and the auto ID goes onto the cornerback already, I'm going to be able to attack differently, and it's information that the offense should definitely not have going into the play. So I'm just going to hike the ball real quick so we can kind of go and do another rep so you kind of see it a little bit closer of what we're doing on both ends.
So again, we're just going to show this to you. We're just doing this at a nickel normal, something very conceptual. People like to blitz their slot corners all the time from base zone calls. This is something that to me is very troubling with the game, because as a defensive mind myself, I think that obviously there's quotes when you play about Madden, or when you talk about football in general rather, that the game is won up front in the trenches. And if the trench work, especially the protections, are done for you at a competitive level, I feel like that doesn't help the competitive balance of the game. So AntCap, what are you seeing right now?
Right now, you got him on the left linebacker of the two.
Okay, now does it change?
It does. It goes straight to the cornerback.
So, and it's coinciding with me making a change to the assignment of the nickelback, not to the alignment of the nickelback. To me, that is very, very troubling. In my opinion, there are definitely some things that we talk about with Madden that kind of narrow skill gap. I think that's a very low-hanging fruit type of response to the community. You hear a competitive player lose a ball game and they say there's no skill gap in the game. But I think that a lot of what skill gap implies in football, there's a lot of pre-snap that goes into playing this game. What are your thoughts on that, AntCap?
Absolutely. I think that being able to play a cat and mouse game to where you want to set up a blitz to where you've got the players in the same exact spots, you should not be able to know from an offensive standpoint whether the guy is blitzing or not because of the game giving you that pre-read information, knowing when to slide protect, knowing who to ID in order to pick up a blitz. When you're giving that information ahead of time, it really limits your ability from a defensive standpoint to, come with a stealth blitz per se, if it's going to give you that information and, do the work for you per se.
Now, I want to go ahead and talk about something else real quick before we wrap up this video. This is going to be a series. We're going to talk about a variety of topics in the community that are things that the community definitely wants to see changed heading into the next iteration of the game. But when you talk about what this does from a pre-snap situation, let's talk about it from Madden 19 perspective. If I'm out here looking at a pre-snap tell and I see, okay, the ID the mic is on a linebacker, my opponent did not move anybody, and then all of a sudden it shifts over to the left, that is telling me right away that's a nickel corner blitz off the left. I have to respect that by either one, blocking it, or two, attacking that spot that he is vacating with the blitz. Again, this is to me something that at the highest levels of Madden, honestly, I feel like at intermediate levels of Madden, you're not going to get better without figuring these things out. If you get to a stage where the game's doing it for you, you get into this comfort zone.
Yeah, that's absolutely correct. I mean, it's something that, we're giving the advantage to people that one know the game into detail. I know that's a skill gap, but when it gets to the point where, it's something as simple as IDing and putting the M over the player that's blitzing for you, that really takes away from the opportunity that the defensive player that has put time and effort into building a scheme around his defensive blitzes. It takes it away, and every single time I see that, if I want to attack that spot or force the user to have to cover that seam and open up the middle of the field, it really gives you an advantage. And that's something that, from a competitive standpoint, we really can't have that be a tell in the game.
It also really hurts from a content creation standpoint. I think there's a lot of players out there, you and I are of the mold, that want this game to be very vast. We want lots of things to be viable, both offensively and defensively. I think that automatically doing anything for anyone in this game cheapens their experience because they're not truly learning if the game is doing it for you. And then it also kind of waters down what is viable in the game. That's why you see one or two blitzes become the meta. This is a challenge we face every single time we lab a defensive game plan, no matter what formation we are labbing.
Yeah, and talking about the meta, a lot of times people don't understand why the metas happen the way they are, and a lot of time it has to do with the programming of the game. Right now, you're seeing the meta kind of changing to 7-man blitzes because if you are sending 6 players and you've got the ability that the O-line auto targets because it's auto IDing for you, you're not going to get that success that you should on an overload blitz because they're naturally going to be told to go to the right players because pre-snap they know who they're supposed to target, and that's something that needs to be fixed. Because if you are going to be having a strength in numbers on one side, they should not have that pre-knowledge of taking that away from you. It just waters down the ability to be creative on defense.
Exactly. In fact, I think that I showed a video on Twitter just last week of me setting up an absolutely absurd blitz, something you would never see in real life. I think I blitzed 3 players, all from about 5 yards outside of the offensive tackle. There was no tight end, there was no running back to that side. 3 players rushing from the slot, and the game auto slid over to pick up that entire blitz. Those are the types of things, in my opinion, personally, are going to have to go as we head into Madden 20. I hope that the dev team does fully take this under consideration. You guys, this is only going to be the beginning of our Madden 20 wish list. Make sure you guys are subscribing to the channel. We're going to do a number of topics. If there's a topic out there that you guys would like to see, please make sure you guys put it in the comments below. This is intended to be a series that is for the health of the game. So let's keep it constructive. Let's keep it, good, constructive criticism. Keep it tactful, and we can help push this game in a positive direction. Hope you guys enjoyed this beginning of this series, and we'll see you guys in the next one. Until then, for AntCap, this is Zan. Get in the lab and good luck. If you like this video, check out one of the videos on your screen right now. And for more in-depth analysis, visit www.playbook.gg for detailed game plans written by pro Madden players. Master the game with playbook.gg.